Let's be real. In almost every medicine cabinet, you'll find a roll of antacids. They promise quick relief, and hey, they deliver. But is that quick fix costing us more than we realize? We're going to take a closer look at the hidden story behind them. So, picture this. You feel that familiar, uncomfortable burn rising up in your chest. What's your first move? If you're like millions of other people, you probably reach for an antacid without a second thought. It's almost a reflex, right? But maybe it's a reflex we need to rethink. So, how do they work their magic so fast? Well, it's pretty simple. Antacids have one job: to neutralize your stomach acid. They're designed to give you that quick, temporary fix. But I want you to really focus on that word, temporary. As we're about to see, that's a really important distinction. All right, so here's our game plan for this explainer. We'll start with why antacids are so popular, then dive into the hidden harms they might be causing. After that, we'll explore some amazing natural solutions, uncover the surprising link between stress and your stomach, and finally get to the real root cause of the problem. First up, let's talk about why we grab them in the first place. I mean, it's obvious, right? They're cheap, they're everywhere, and they work fast. They've become our default solution for any kind of digestive issue. But as it turns out, there's a pretty big catch. Now here's the big twist in the story. We've been conditioned to think of stomach acid as the bad guy, the villain we need to defeat. But the truth is, it's absolutely essential. It's literally our body's #1 tool for breaking down food, and it's our first line of defense against nasty bacteria. And that brings us to the real heart of the issue, the hidden harms. Because when we constantly neutralize this super important acid, we're throwing a wrench into a fundamental process in our bodies. And that can lead to some pretty serious long-term consequences. So for starters, let's talk about weakened digestion. Without enough acid, your stomach just can't do its job, especially when it comes to breaking down protein. And here's the irony. This can lead to the exact symptoms you were trying to fix in the first place, like indigestion, gas, and constipation, not to mention just feeling weak because you're not getting all the good stuff from your food. And this creates a really nasty domino effect. See, if you're not breaking food down properly, you can't absorb all the essential nutrients. We're talking about the heavy hitters here: vitamin B12, calcium, magnesium, and iron. Over time, not getting enough of these can lead to some major issues, like anemia, constant fatigue, and even weak bones or osteoporosis. And it's not just about what the antacids stop your body from doing, it's also about what's in them. A lot of them have aluminum and magnesium, and if you use them all the time, those minerals can build up and put a real strain on your kidneys. And those super popular calcium-based ones, they might actually raise your risk of developing painful kidney stones. Yikes. But maybe the most shocking risk of all is this thing called rebound acidity. You really need to understand this concept, because it shows how the so-called solution can actually dig you into a deeper hole. So what is it exactly? Well, when the antacid wears off, your stomach kind of panics. It senses that the acid levels are way too low and it goes into overdrive, pumping out even more acid than before to try and balance things out. This, of course, makes your original heartburn way worse, which makes you reach for another antacid, and you see where this is going. You're trapped in a vicious cycle. And hey, remember that protective barrier we mentioned? By constantly lowering your stomach acid, you're essentially rolling out the welcome mat for all sorts of harmful bacteria from your food. This seriously increases your risk of infections, including from bugs like H. pylori, which is one of the main causes of stomach ulcers. Okay, I know that was a lot of doom and gloom, but please don't worry. The good news is there are incredibly powerful, safe, and natural ways to manage acidity. So let's flip the script and talk about a much better approach. You know, the best solutions are often the simplest ones. We're talking small, easy changes that work with your body instead of against it. Things like starting your day with warm lemon water, sipping on some herbal-infused water, taking a little 10-minute walk after you eat, and, this is a big one, giving your stomach at least 2 hours to digest before you go to bed. It's all about finding that balance. It's a two-part strategy, really. It's about adding these good habits into your routine, while also being mindful of the common triggers. That means trying to cut back on things like too much caffeine, greasy fried foods, and super sour stuff. But what if you're doing all the right things with your diet and you're still struggling? Well, it might be because the problem isn't just on your plate. There's this incredibly powerful connection between our brains and our guts that we tend to completely forget about.
No, seriously, this is a huge one. For a lot of people, stress is the #1 trigger. When you're stressed, your body's fight or flight mode kicks in, and that can throw your whole digestive system out of whack, often causing it to pump out way too much acid.
So, what this means is that managing your stress is managing your stomach. And you don't have to become a Zen master overnight. Simple daily habits like a few minutes of deep breathing exercises, pranayama is a great one, or just 5 minutes of quiet meditation can do wonders for calming your nervous system and helping your body regulate its own acid production. Okay, so if you take away just one thing from all of this, please let it be this. We have to stop focusing on just silencing the symptom and start asking, what's the real root cause here? I want you to think about it like this. That constant need for an antacid, that's not the actual problem. That's the check engine light on your body's dashboard. It's a signal, a flashing red light telling you that something deeper inside your digestive system is out of balance. And just like with your car, you wouldn't just put a piece of black tape over the warning light and hope for the best, would you? No. That signal is your cue to talk to a professional. A doctor can help you figure out if there's an underlying issue going on, like GRD or gastritis, that needs real, proper treatment. So we'll leave you with this question. The next time you feel that burn, just pause for a second. Ask yourself, is reaching for that quick fix just a habit I've fallen into, or is this my body sending me a warning signal that it's finally time to listen to?